In a world where everyone and their brother has a podcast, one stands alone. It's been called one of the podcasts of all time. Welcome to Internet Killed the Video Store.
Ryan, do you have the Pacers game on in the background or no?
No, it slows down my internet already slower than it is, so I can't multitask.
I got mine on.
It's kind of nuts that the Pacers and Mavericks are pushing them.
Oh, man. I'm stoked. Actually, this is something different. I mean, I kind of want to see the Wolves win, but, like, I don't know how I feel about Kyrie still. I think he's...
I know.
I don't know how I feel about him. I love watching him play. I just don't know.
I wish it was the 90s and I didn't know anything about him except for how he played basketball, and I'd love him.
And I think Luka's just a little bitch, bro.
Yeah, he does the foul milking quite a bit.
And just, like, there's some facial expressions I'm just not fond of for whatever reason.
He's got bad body language.
Yeah.
Big Tim Duncan Energy.
Yeah.
What?
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, right? That's when I first started watching. That guy was like, the Spurs were like the shit.
Boring.
Yeah, you hated him. You're a hater.
Boring dominance.
Yep. I felt the same way. You know, as a Pacers fan, there was always so much drama.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And then you get to the end and you're like, oh, the fucking Spurs are just going to stomp them?
Right.
Okay. That's how it was with a lot of teams, like year after year.
Yeah, those Pistons teams, too, were rough for the Pacers. Can never get past the Chauncey Billups
man.
Pistons, Ben Wallace.
That and the Knicks, we had back when, like, Spreewell and Ewing and
Allen Houston.
Oh my gosh, I hated those guys so much.
Yeah.
Just because they made the Pacers look like fools.
So, Ben, did you watch The Fall Guy on video on demand?
No, I didn't know it was on video on demand.
Only lasted 17 days as a theater exclusive.
Why, man? Are they able to, how do I say this? I didn't know that, like...
To keep it in for longer?
Yeah, like, do they get...
Not really, dude. I mean, the only people that have sway over something like that at this point are like the Christopher Nolans of the world.
Is it predetermined how long it's going to be in theaters or not? I guess is a better question.
I think they know when they start making the movie. Like that's become part of the contract negotiations. Like that was part of, like Max said, Nolan's whole deal is like, if I come here and make this movie, I want like a 90-day window of it in theaters without going anywhere else.
So Fall Guy was predetermined 17 days, which is not a lot.
I don't know if it was predetermined. They probably had some like threshold or something to hit and they just fell short.
Gotcha.
Because if it was doing well, there'd be no reason to rush it out this soon.
That's what I was wondering.
You got to think they have some kind of, because look at something like Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't just going to be like, oh, well, I guess pull it.
Pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because there's plenty of more recent films or older films that haven't gone to streaming yet that I'm waiting on.
Civil War hasn't gone to streaming.
No.
It took Dune 2 a minute.
Godzilla -1, which came out last year.
Yeah, Godzilla -1 is a strange one because I don't think it's on physical.
It is an outlier.
Yeah, it's not available anywhere.
Because it's a Japanese distribution company. But we'll get it eventually. I think later this year.
I heard it's good.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a lot better than like the American ones have been in recent years. So
I felt like a fraud watching Godzilla, the New Empire or whatever before Godzilla -1.
I know, yeah.
I'm going to get my movie podcast card taken away.
So I picked the Fall Guy, right?
You did, yeah. That was your first draft pick.
I'm screwed. I mean,
You're not screwed.
That was my number
one.
one.
You picked Indiana Jones #1 last year, and that was not great.
And the order we pick them in doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no.
Right?
No, but
Like
it's on your squad. It's on your squad. Yeah.
But it just shows you like the expectations I had for it compared to the rest.
I feel like you picked Barbie and Oppenheimer like 3rd and 4th.
They were late. They were like 9 and 10 in the draft.
That's so dumb.
We all passed on them, man.
Shows how good we are at this.
Seriously, it's like
I can't
Mahomes
believe
falling.
I passed on. I honestly didn't think people would care about Oppenheimer. I knew I did, but I
didn't
know if anybody
either.
else would.
$300 million.
No one at the
That's
time.
nuts.
No one at the time knew that Barbenheimer was going to happen.
No.
That's a pretty unpredictable thing.
I'm banking on Gar Furiosa this weekend. I didn't realize both those movies come out this weekend.
Is it Garfield the movie?
Gar Furiosa or Furiarfield, either one.
I like
But
that one.
Garfield's coming out though.
Yeah, I did see Furiosa today though.
Was it good?
Really?
It was good. I mean, it wasn't. I would say it's closer to Beyond Thunderdome than Fury Road, but yeah. I mean, I think just the big time gap too just had my expectations grown to where I wanted it to be something huge, but then like Anya Taylor-Joy isn't in the movie for like the first hour.
Oh, wow.
They have like a younger actress playing her younger self, and I was like, oh, that really kind of took some of the wind out of the sails. And Junkie XL's score is super toned down. Like, it's such a quiet movie. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I mean, it's still good. We have like the running tiers draft in our Google Doc. I have it like 8th, I think, right now. So, I
Gotcha.
mean, good, but not at the top with like the best stuff.
Gotcha. And I don't know if that really changes much of what I was expecting. I'm still excited for it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think you had lower expectations than I did.
Yeah. Something about seeing Hemsworth in that band leader jacket. I don't get that. I know that they're going for like a cool look, like a comic villain or whatever.
They devoted a lot of time to Hemsworth.
But like, I don't know.
Yeah, there was a lot of time on Hemsworth leading the Bullet Farm versus Immortan Joe, and it has like just the prequelitis thing of like, do we really want to see Furiosa as a kid? Do we really want to see Darth Vader as a kid? No, not really. Like, we know what they're going to end up as. At some point this movie's going to end with her still under Immortan Joe's control. So I don't know.
Right.
Prequels are weird. There's not a ton that I think really succeed because it puts such a restraint on it, knowing like where all the pieces have to fall at the end.
It's weird that it seems like people are getting burnt out on the franchise stuff, but at the same time, that's all that you can get people to go see
Right.
is a sequel or a franchise. And that's why, like, Fall Guy, we kind of skipped over that. I'd like to circle back to Fall Guy because I watched it.
You did? Okay.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I did. And I think it's interesting that, like, that's the same guy that did Bullet Train.
Yeah.
And, like, for me, Fall Guy is the clearly, like, better movie, even though I very much liked Bullet Train.
Thank you. I like Bullet Train.
But it just doesn't seem like it's being received the same way, at least not making a whole lot of money. But
that's kind of an interesting point you bring up too, because David Leitch, who directed Bullet Train and The Fall Guy, co-directed the first John Wick movie with Chad Stahelski.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so Stahelski like stayed with John Wick, did the next 3 movies, did the franchise route, and Leitch branched off and did his own thing. Did Atomic Blonde and all these other movies, and I like wanted to root for him, but every time I'm just like underwhelmed. Like, I wasn't a super big fan of Bullet Train, and even Atomic Blonde, which I thought had the makings of a good movie, just felt really poorly constructed and kind of sloppy. And even Fall Guy, a lot like Bullet Train, just didn't have the momentum or pacing I like to see in a good action comedy. It's just kind of like poorly put together. I don't know if I trust Leitch as a director because, and then John Wick, every sequel has gotten better since he left the franchise, so... And I was hoping they developed the Blunt-Gosling relationship a little more, but they're split up a good portion of the movie, and the humor was just a little forced with him, like...
It did take me a minute with Fall Guy to be like, what, like, tone of comedy are we doing here?
Well, and, like, I'm usually not the guy to say, like, oh, these actors didn't have chemistry, but, like, the whole Emily Blunt, Ryan Gosling dynamic didn't really do much for me. Like, I was way more into seeing Gosling and Aaron Taylor-Johnson on screen together. Like, they were cracking me up, but yeah.
Really? Wow, I completely disagree with that.
Yeah.
I always love Emily Blunt.
Yeah,
so
I usually do too.
I don't know. I've got a bit of a bias with her, and I guess last week we were talking about how much we liked Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
But yeah, anytime that they were in a scene together, I felt like I was having the most fun.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And I love Aaron Taylor-Johnson too.
Yeah.
And I liked some of what he was doing, especially because I think there was some kind of like nuanced Tom Cruise shit going on there.
Yeah.
Nuanced Tom Cruise shit.
They were like slightly throwing some shade at big stars who like throw everything on their stunt guys. Like that's Gosling is Aaron Taylor-Johnson's stunt man, and they have this weird like tension between them throughout the movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and Aaron Taylor-Johnson's character's name is Tom Ryder, but then they also bring up Tom Cruise several times in the movie.
See, Tom Ryder.
I thought it was funny.
Cruising.
Tom Ryder.
Cruising.
There you go.
Right.
Man, that didn't take me long.
You figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe a little bit of it might have been the marketing fatigue, because I think by the time all the cutesy lines between Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling hit, I've heard them like 50 times already.
You got to stop watching trailers.
I'm not trying.
I mean,
the NBA, I'm blaming the NBA for that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
They were force feeding Fall Guy trailers hard.
No, I think I get a cleaner perspective by not dealing with that stuff for the most part.
And I try to avoid them, but yeah, it's hard.
Unless it's Elden Ring. There's a new trailer for the DLC. Just giving everyone an update.
There you go.
Go ahead and check that out. Man, I almost sent it to you, Ryan, because I was just like, how can you say that this isn't important? Look at this.
I didn't say it wasn't. I just don't know what it is. I'm not willingly ignoring it. I'm just ignorant.
Oh my god. No, I'm freaking out, you guys. It's just crazy that, like, what was it, like 70 million watched the GTA trailer?
Yeah.
And this has like 3 million views, and I'm like, what?
How old is Elden Ring though?
Like 2 years,
okay.
I think.
So yeah.
But it's essentially the evolution of Dark Souls, and that came out in like 2011 or something, and there were 3 of those and some other stuff that's tangentially related, so it does kind of feel like a culmination of that stuff in a lot of ways. So it is kind of its own GTA 6 in a way, but whatever.
Yeah,
I think it's just too gross for people. It's scary.
I've heard they're just intense. The Dark Souls game just take you over for a while.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, the gameplay in particular will do that, but I was just meaning like the aesthetic.
Oh yeah,
because it's like dark fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, who's that? Oh, God, that painter that, oh, God.
It's like Frazetta or something like that?
No, it's a really difficult name for me. Damn it. I feel like I just hit a dead end in this conversation.
Yeah, I don't know where to throw you any lifelines.
Well, let's see. How do we transition out?
Ryan, you're actually pretty good at that usually.
Speaking of DLC.
Oh, here we go.
That's kind of what Furiosa felt like. It felt like Fury Road DLC for sure. It didn't feel like its own thing.
Yeah.
But it's still fun. Like, if you like Fury Road, you're going to like the add-on. But George Miller's getting old, and to be like, oh, this is... Yeah. You only got so many of these left in you, George. This is the one you're going to dedicate your time to. It's a little weary, but, you know. Yeah. Challengers was good. I saw that, too.
Oh, cool.
That was dope.
Nice. So you like that more than Fall Guy?
Oh, yeah. Challengers is up there. Fucking...
Okay.
Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross's score for Challengers, though, that is worth watching it alone. Yeah. I didn't know anything about it going in. I avoided the trailers for Challengers. All I knew was the guy who made Call Me By Your Name is directing a tennis movie where there seems to be a throuple with Zendaya.
Ugh.
And the fucking soundtrack goes hard, man. It is so
good.
What is
that noise, Ben?
What noise?
Is that a disgusted shudder or like an aroused shudder? What was that?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Me? I did that.
You did that. It came out of you.
I don't remember that.
Anyways.
Oh. So I sent you that Igloo Ghost album, and you said it's close to sound art. What does that mean? This is your college experience talking.
Yeah, it definitely is. I got into sound art this semester.
What's the difference between sound art and music?
That's what we talked about for most of the semester.
It's a semester's worth discussion.
We're trying to figure it out. Yeah. Because it gets into like what is art and just you know, weird questions. I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with the intention. It just reminded me, the guy's description where he's like, oh, I lived in this small village and I was really trying to like bring out the sound of this environment. And there's like a picture of him with all of his gear and he's like in the ocean.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, this looks like some of the sound art shit that I saw this semester.
It's good though.
Yeah, it is good.
I liked it.
What struck you about it the most?
What impresses me most with electronic music is the ability to like be super catchy and have hooks, but like still push the boundaries of like experimentation as far as like sound and rhythm. Not entirely different from that Jalen record that you showed us last week. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It just, something about being able to be like super non-traditional, but still like be able to get its hooks in you like a pop song would, but have none of the same qualities. Yeah. Really always impresses me.
What about you, Ben? Do you not listen to a lot of electronic?
Oh, yeah, dude. Gabe Lewis.
Who the hell's that?
Who's that?
You guys don't. There's this episode of The Office where they go into a Gabe's like, I make soundscapes.
Gabe.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I make soundscapes.
Yeah. Gabe is a sound artist.
I did forget to mention the best part of the Pop-Tart movie when we talked about that is that there's a January 6th parody with Tony the Tiger as the QAnon shaman. It's terrible. Apparently, Seinfeld also asked Chris Rock to like parody the Oscar slap and he just flat out refused.
No way.
Yeah, he tried to throw all kinds of shit in this. There's a Mad Men reference at some point where John Hamm shows up and tries to market the Pop-Tart. It's a train wreck.
Yeah.
We got Bad Boys 4 and Beverly Hills Cop 4 both coming this summer. Do you guys like buddy cop movies?
Beverly Hills Cop 4?
Yeah, coming in July, straight to Netflix.
When was the last one?
That was early 90s, I think, so.
Oh, okay. Is Eddie Murphy in this one?
He is. I think they got Eddie Murphy, Judge Reinhold's back, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it for some reason, which I feel
For
like
some reason.
I haven't seen him in
out.
anything for a while, yeah.
He's been out for the count for a minute.
I don't know. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but like I like the aesthetic of the Beverly Hills Cop. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's Eddie Murphy when he looked his best. The music is so good.
Yeah, I was going to say, the theme sells it. That's it.
It's just crazy that no one writes that. And, you know, honestly, like I was thinking about this with Fall Guy because there were quite a few needle drops. And I was like, this is fine. This is the type of movie that I mind that the least in. But you missed the opportunity to write the next Beverly Hills Cop score or like fucking Ghostbusters song or whatever.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, it's just, I can't think of anything besides Barbie that has like done anything like that in a while.
Yeah, original music that just lives outside of the movie.
Big missed opportunity.
It almost has to be like a musical, like Star is Born or La La Land or something like that.
Or Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, or Fury Road.
I used all that shit in my D&D games for like years after that movie.
Yeah, there's nothing for Furiosa soundtrack, man. I was so bummed. No, I think Rush Hour is probably my go-to.
I was just going to say that would be my favorite, specifically the first Rush Hour. The second one's decent from what I remember. I don't think the third, is there a third one?
There's a third one. I think they just do the Austin Powers thing where they do the same jokes but in a different location. Like, oh, now Jackie Chan's at home and he's showing Chris Tucker around.
Yeah.
It used to be kind of like a rite of passage. Like every generation had their own buddy cops where it was Lethal Weapon and then it was Bad Boys and Rush Hour.
21 Jump Street.
Yeah, was that the last one?
Maybe. I mean, the Nice Guys tried to be one.
Yeah, were they weren't cops
except I guess
though,
they
were
weren't
they?
exactly cops.
Yeah.
They were like private eyes. Pretty close though. Pretty close.
Ride Along. You got Kevin Hart.
Yeah, there have been like some attempts, I guess. Was that the one with Will Ferrell?
No, that was the other guys. That one was pretty good.
Oh, that was him
Mark,
and
yeah.
Mark Burger. Yeah.
Ride Along was Kevin Hart and
Burger Master.
Ice Cube, I think.
That sounds right.
I don't know. Who's your favorite buddy cops, Ben? Is it 21 Jump Street guys?
I like those movies.
Yeah, Ryan, it is.
Yeah.
What's so fucking funny about that?
Nothing. I don't have anything to
Yeah?
say. They're pretty good.
Think it's fucking funny?
I do.
No, fuck you. You think it's funny. I love 1 and 2.
I
I
just
honestly kind of love 2 more than 1.
was picking the most recent thing because I feel like everything else is too old for you to watch or know what it is.
Oh, really? 4 years
So-
older. Whatever.
Have you seen any of the Lethal Weapons?
Yeah, man. Leslie Mann?
What?
Leslie Nielsen?
Oh, it's Naked Gun. Leslie Mann is
Oh, no, don't tell me. Mel Gibson.
They're making another Naked Gun.
Yeah, they are making another Naked Gun.
Let's go with Leslie Nielsen or Leslie Mann.
Leslie Mann.
I'm not sure if Leslie Nielsen is.
No, he's dead. I think he
Oh.
passed away.
Liam Neeson's in it?
He's the dude, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's him and Pamela Anderson are like the two leads. I don't know. Leslie Nielsen's got such a unique delivery. It's going to be really hard to match that. I don't know that I've
No,
ever
yeah.
seen Liam Neeson do any comedy. Has he?
Liam Neeson?
I feel like I've seen him
Taken.
in some random bits.
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff,
dude. No way.
Unless you count the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
That was a fucking joke.
I always forget he was in that.
But when we did True Detective, we did like dream pairings.
Oh,
so
yeah.
who would be like your dream buddy cop pairing?
Dream buddy cops. I've never thought about this.
Think of it for like more of like a comedy movie as opposed to like a True Detective series.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got it. Kevin Hart and The Rock.
Didn't they do one?
They've probably already
They've probably
done
done like 4.
For sure they have. All right.
Uh,
Let me think.
Green Day and
Tim Robinson.
All right.
yes.
And I don't know why. I don't even think this is the right answer. This names came to mind. Amy Schumer.
Okay.
Tim Robinson
Okay.
and Amy Schumer.
That'd be good.
It'd be weird.
Yeah. I like it.
All right, Max, who you got?
You go first. I don't have anyone.
I'm going to go with Jennifer Coolidge and Rick Moranis.
Okay.
A lot of sexual tension.
Well, how about Ice Cube and Ice-T?
There we go.
Ooh.
Yeah? How about that?
It is kind of funny. These
It's
90s dudes that made so much money off cop killer songs are playing cops all the time now.
Yeah.
Like, isn't Ice-T in a Law and Order show?
Oh, he has been for centuries. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he did some pretty insane shit back in the day.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast about him recently.
What does it say?
I think he robbed a bank with some people, and they were like good at it. I was also reading about DMX, and that guy had a crazy life.
How many kids did he have?
Makes me sad. 17.
That's real. 17.
That's what his Wikipedia says.
Damn.
And it also says that he grew up befriending stray dogs because he was like homeless as a child at one point.
That's why he barks all the time.
That's why, well, dude, the weird thing is, yeah, I mean, he's like the Batman of dogs, you know? But he also got in trouble for animal cruelty, specifically dog fighting.
Oh, man.
Like 10 times.
Damn.
That's the part that like breaks me.
Yeah.
And I still have a lot of empathy from like the stuff that I've read about how fucked up his childhood sounded, but it's like, it makes me sad because it's like if Batman abused bats. It's like if it was Batman, but then he also like abused
Tarzan
bats.
just started testing on apes.
Yeah. Just like asserting his dominance. Yeah.
What the fuck,
like,
dude? You're one of
no.
us.
Yeah. Batman starts like making money off of them, like selling them and shit. Like, you know.
Right. Yeah, that doesn't seem
So,
right at all.
That was a weird Wikipedia hole for me.
We do have some poll results I wanted to get to catch up that we haven't read in a while.
Perfect.
So, favorite Planet of the Apes movie. War for the Planet of the Apes got 16%. The Charlton Heston original got 23%. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes got 29%. And Rise of the Planet of the Apes, old James Franco, got 32%.
That's weird.
Yeah, I got messaged a few times like this is not correct.
Yeah. That seems so odd.
Yeah.
There were not a ton of people that liked that James Franco in comparison to the other ones.
I liked it, but yeah, I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite.
I liked it too. That's weird. I don't know if it has some like cult following now.
I don't know. I rewatched War the other day. I forgot how much of like the big drums that Michael Giacchino uses in that movie. It kind of opens almost like the Batman with like the scope view and stuff going on.
Yeah. War is one of my favorite Giacchino scores.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the best things about that film for me. That one's a bit too like dark
It is.
for me. It's pretty
I
nihilistic.
had a stretch of dark things because we watched that after we watched The Boys pilot and The Americans.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
watched
wow.
this. My wife's just like, man, we need to watch like Full House or something. This is all the way too dark.
Yeah. Yeah. Dawn, I think, is maybe my favorite. Maybe the Charlton Heston. I don't think I would have much of an affinity for it if I didn't see it when I was like very young, but I did. And so it's still like, yeah, it still works for me. What'd you think of that? Did you put the, what's his name?
Oh, the Mark Wahlberg one?
Your boy. No, yeah. I was going to say Tim Burton one, but.
No, I didn't put that one up there. That one was definitely one that tricked me into thinking it was a good movie as a kid because I loved the Danny Elfman opening credits for Planet of the
Right.
Apes, and then just the rest of the movie sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that main theme rules. What else do we... Oh, best Alex Garland movie. 3% voted Men, 10% voted Civil War, 40% voted Annihilation, and 47% voted Ex Machina.
Wow. I'm surprised that Annihilation got that much.
Yeah, I'm surprised and kind of glad. I didn't think a lot
Me
of people
too.
watched that movie, so it's nice to know it has a audience.
I think that's my favorite.
I think it might be two of mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
It's so good. Have you read the book that it's based on?
No, I haven't.
It's way different.
Yeah.
Like it's not my preferred format. I still think it's cool, but it's just written very much as like a journal.
Really? Huh. That's interesting. Best action franchise, non-superhero division.
Okay.
This one was tight. So 17% Mad Max, 22% Mission Impossible, 30% Indiana Jones, 31% Star Wars.
Oh, wow. That's so interesting.
I was a little surprised by that. I thought Star Wars had kind of burned up a lot of their capital over the last few years.
Yeah, but when you put Star Wars in with anything, it's like,
it's
still just got, for some of us, we're just like, no,
it's got that
I know
pull.
everything I've said for like the past 5 years, but
I guess at least Star Wars has like The Mandalorian and Rogue One to hang its hat on. Indiana Jones doesn't have anything since.
Andor, I would say is the good thing to hang its hat on, or the best. I've actually been rewatching that. I forgot. I have not been able to find TV shows I want to watch after Shogun because it just blew me away and nothing can compare. And so it's just been either anime or rewatching Andor, which has been great. I forgot how I just keep like Googling Tony Gilroy. I'm like, who is this? And like, why did he how are we getting this? It's so great. Like he's not a Star Wars fan, and it's obvious.
He's not?
No, he didn't. Yeah. Like, he said he became a Star Wars fan while working on Rogue One.
Nice.
Which is like, probably the first time that he interacted with that kind of material heavily. But it's because he's written some insanely good stuff in the past. Didn't he write Michael Mann, or whatever that movie's called?
Michael Clayton. I always get him and his brother confused because there's Dan Gilroy, and he might have done Nightcrawler.
Let's see.
I gotta sort out the Gilroys. Right. Hang on.
It's our new bit, our new segment, sort out the Gilroys.
Tony Gilroy did do Michael Clayton.
Cool.
Okay.
Wrote
I think
and
he's kind of like known as like a script doctor, I think, for a bunch of different stuff. Because I think he came in on Rogue One after they fired the original
Gareth
dude.
Edwards. Yeah. That's interesting that you say that he's like a script doctor because, the Bourne stuff, that's also a big thing that he did. But, he's, 60-something? He's been seemingly working for a long time, but, like, he doesn't have a ton of credits like you would maybe expect, or maybe he has, like, some more uncredited script doctoring that we're not seeing. But
yeah, that was kind of what I read about him, is that he has a lot of stuff that he's written on, but it doesn't meet like the Writers Guild qualification to get a writing credit, but he's like worked on a lot of different stuff.
The Great Wall, I would say not a great wall or a great movie. A hilarious movie. You ever seen that one? The Matt Damon.
The trailer was enough. The poster's enough, really. I just need to see Matt Damon with that fucking ponytail, and
you gotta hear his voice he does in it, though, dude. It's so funny.
Yeah, I was thinking Dan Gilroy is the guy that did Nightcrawler
and they're brothers, or is it just a name coincidence?
No, I think they're brothers, because it says that he wrote on Andor also. So
gotcha.
He must be collaborating with his brother on it.
They look pretty similar.
And he's married to Renee Russo. Just Hollywood power couple.
Wow.
Just learn about these Gilroys. Have you seen any of the headline stuff coming out of Cannes about Horizon or Megalopolis?
I don't think so.
Horizon got very mixed reviews, not totally surprisingly. Chapter 1 is 3 hours long, so it's definitely stretched very thin for a movie that's 2 chapters. But
right, that's the Costner thing.
I know, I've talked a lot of shit about Costner, but there is something kind of like admirable that he's this passionate that I think he spent $38 million of his own money to make this thing. Like
38's a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's also stretched out into 4 movies potentially now.
Wow.
I don't know. There's this whole like fine line of like genius madman. It seems like that depends on what the outcome is. Like Francis Ford Coppola has this passion project coming out, that Megalopolis movie. I think he spent $120 million of his own money on it, selling like wineries and stuff. But he's done crazy stuff like this before. Like he tried to start his own studio in the 80s after The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, and it just blew up in his face, which sucks because again, that's awesome that he tried to do it, but just nailing the logistics of like distribution and stuff back then, he wasn't prepared for it. But it's cool to see him get another shot. I hope the movie's good.
I hope so too. It's just been so long since
Yeah.
You heard his name really attached to anything that was like of interest.
Well, and he got in so much debt with the studio that he just took on all these shitty movies in the 80s and 90s that everybody wrote him off.
Right. Yeah, but he's had so much time to have a comeback since then. Like,
That's true.
It's like he's not.
All he's really done is sell wine.
Right. Which is like, I mean, he probably just got exhausted by it after going through all of that, like having to dig out of those holes. And it just sounds like some of the movies, even his successful movies, sounded like they were just insane to work on. So
Right. Like you see that fucking documentary his wife shot when they were making Apocalypse Now, and it's like, this is insane, but he mortgaged his house and was all in, and then it was just fucking incredible. Right. It's like one of the best movies ever made.
That's the fine
So of
line.
course his ego is fed and he's like, let's go again, and then the next movie isn't good and it just collapses. But it kind of, the same thing was said about Costner when he did Dances with Wolves. Like everybody thought it was going to be a huge flop and it was massive. So then he did it again with Waterworld and caved in on itself. I don't know. Be interesting to see how this plays out with his Yellowstone image rehabilitation in his back pocket. If that buys him any capital with audiences or not.
Well, I think he's more just worried about retaining the fans that he has than like reaching new viewers. He's kind of like the Fox News of actors at this point. He knows.
I said I didn't want to shit on Costner this episode, Max.
He knows his audience is on life support. What's he gonna do but try to hawk some fucking DVDs?
He did cape up for DVDs. I got to give him credit for that. That's really why I'm sticking up for Costner. Yep. But no, I mean, I don't know. It is kind of cool to see people who will like speak honestly about the whole studio system. And I think Coppola had a bunch of quotes coming out of like, most of these CEOs don't care about making art. They just want to pay off their debt. And like, that's not what I want to do at this point in my career. So if it costs him $120 million to make his own movie, that's what he's going to do. Like I said, hopefully it's good.
Damn.
I didn't realize James Cameron had like the bad egomaniac personality or like reputation going into Titanic. Like everyone thought that was going to be like a studio killer with how much time and money he sank into that movie, and then it broke every fucking record.
See it. I mean,
but
think about that probably looked pretty insane to a lot of people before it was a success.
Right.
Just like Star Wars or like a lot of.
I mean, fucking Avatar.
Yeah. Yeah, James Cameron.
How did he know it's going to
what?
be a success, though? Like, it's just about a ship sinking. I don't think Titanic's a bad movie by any means, but I'm just wondering what made it the most watched movie of all time.
Is it just a different era? The same way as like, what was it? Gone with the Wind is like still the highest grossing movie ever.
I feel like it wasn't even that long ago.
But it is cool.
Right.
Like I miss that. I miss when like a movie about a fucking boat that partially historical love story could be such a big movie. That's great. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And that was DiCaprio. So there you go, Ryan. Your last movie star.
Oh yeah, I had one more pull I wanted to get to because I saw that the Blood Brothers are reuniting for a tour.
Oh wow. Good.
Which I'm really stoked about. I kind of want to go see.
Just to hear Ambulance X, Y, or whatever.
Yeah. Dude, I still love that record.
Yeah?
That one's so good.
Oh man, I don't even know if I loved it back when I thought I did.
Really?
Like, yeah. I think I just
Oh, man.
was like hungry for different stuff, and obviously they were different in a lot of ways, and they did some cool shit.
Yeah.
But like now that I've found more music, I'm like, I'm good.
See, I had the opposite. Like, I was super against all the screamy stuff when it was going on, and now I'm like going back and reappreciating stuff that like is not just Haste the Day and Kingston Falls, because those made me hate everything that was screamy.
Sure, yeah.
So Blood Brothers, like, yeah, I'm definitely, especially Crimes, that record rules. So I asked what the best album of 2004 was, since there's a few 20-year anniversary tours going on. So in 8th place with 5% of the vote was Dillinger Escape Plan, Miss Machine. 7th place was Leviathan by Mastodon, 8% of the vote.
Yeah.
6th was Crimes, Blood Brothers, only got 11%. 5th was Ted Leo, Shake the Sheets, 11%. 4th was Arcade Fire, 13% with Funeral.
Yeah.
3rd place was Is a Royal Boy by Say Anything, 14%.
Cool.
2nd, Fuck World Trade by Leftover Crack, 17%. And 1st was You Fail Me by Converge, 21%.
True. Yeah. That's
the one you go with.
Of course it
Yeah,
is.
thank you, everyone.
Fanboy.
All right, so I got a new game for you guys.
Okay.
The Ticket Dungeon Master. So you guys are going to guess how much it's going to cost to go to this concert.
Who's sponsoring this?
After fees. Price is Right thing.
Do I need a 20-sided die for this? Or...
No die. So we're going to start, what do we want to start with? Billie Eilish. I heard her concert tickets have been nuts.
So are we talking like just the ticket itself, or like after you go through all the bullshit?
All the bullshit. That's part of the fun.
Included. Okay.
Bullshit is included. So how much is it going to cost for you to sit in row 16 in Chicago, Illinois, November 14th to see Billie Eilish at the United Center? Per ticket.
Show me 600.
Fuck, I gotta sign in. Hang on. I knew I should have preloaded this. Damn it.
Max, I'm 601.
601. The correct answer is... Shit, what the hell? The fees are fucking this all up.
Oh,
Hang
fees
on.
aren't included.
Ryan's gonna accidentally buy this ticket.
I'm gonna buy Billie Eilish tickets. God damn it.
Guess you just got row 16 tickets.
All right. Got it.
All right, 601.
Let me agree. Loading. Damn it. Didn't know I should have
Ryan,
to sign in
man.
for all this stuff. It's really killing it now. I know. I'm dropping the ball. One ticket. Continue. Floor. All right. Floor seats at Billie Eilish will cost $592.
That's without fees, though, isn't it?
That is without fees.
Oh,
I'm having to like sign in and do all this shit now. Hang on. I didn't think
we
this
can
through.
assume that it's over 601 if it's including fees,
Damn it.
right?
Yeah.
I
So
think Ben wins that one.
Ben gets the win. This is neutering my game here.
So should we just go with like without fees?
I guess.
That's the fun part, though, is like
The fees,
knowing
I know.
what the fees are.
The fees is fun. Hang on.
We need like a before and after.
Let me just go, yeah. I'll just give
What
it
we really
dummy
need
stuff.
to do is just be like you telling us what the ticket price is, and then we guess what the total is after.
That is what we should do. God damn it. I can't believe it's not going to tell me the fees. So Ben gets the point. We don't get to see the fees. All right, who do you want to do next? Let's go Green Day. How much is it going to cost to see Green Day, the Smashing Pumpkins, and Rancid, Wrigley Field, August 13th?
With or without fees?
Probably without fees, because looks like I got to sign in, and I'm afraid I'm going to buy all these tickets.
Where at? What spot?
Let's see. We're going to sit in the pit.
Oh, my.
It's the good seats.
In the pit, that's where it's most expensive. Is that?
Yes, the pit is down right in front of the stage.
And that's where it costs the most.
Yeah.
Yep. One
600.
ticket.
600.
Max,
So
what's
you
your
pay
answer?
more to mosh?
You pay
Wow,
more to
okay.
mosh.
Nobody moshes.
Well,
People mosh, just not a Green Day.
should I just do the thing where you go $1 lower?
Probably safe. If you think it's lower, yeah.
It's the safe thing to do.
$5.99,
I'll go 400. I'll say 400.
All right.
$400. Green Day, in the pit, Wrigley Field, $765 each.
Dang.
More than Billie Eilish.
Fuck
somehow.
you, Billy.
Gosh. Yeah, that's what kind of threw me off. You would think that the young, like, pop star,
Right?
as opposed to the anti-capitalist punk band, because that's what they are, right?
Allegedly.
That's
That's their
allegedly.
brand for this album cycle.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Monster Energy.
We're anti-capitalist, sponsored by Monster. We're doing a baseball stadium tour. We hate capitalism.
All right. What do we want to do next?
Why do you keep asking us? Like, I don't have a list.
I got a list. Do you guys have any concerts you want me to do?
Ryan, you guess two with the next one, then look it up after. I don't care if there's a pause.
You want me to guess too? All right.
wanna Yeah.
All right. How much do you think it costs to go see Olivia Rodrigo?
At where?
I don't know. I have
Say
to
it-
guess, so I'm not allowed to look.
Say a town, and just like say like, there's usually general admission.
I gotta plan this shit better. This is a mess. All right. We're gonna go
God.
with Philadelphia, July 19th. Olivia Rodrigo,
General admission.
City of Brotherly Love. We're going to go with the section 2, which is right behind the pit. So, like, second best seats.
Okay. And you haven't looked yet?
I haven't looked.
600.
Wait, who won the last round? What? Have you
Me.
guessed 600
Ben
every
did.
time? So it's 2-0 on Ben. So Green Day was 7. Billy was 5. I don't know.
Who's got a bigger fan base? I feel like Olivia does.
She's probably bigger than Billie Eilish, right? I would think.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go 7.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
I think she's in the Billy range at least.
Billy was 5.
I'll go. What is 5, Brian?
5. Let's see. What the? $1,400?
Shit.
Section 2, row 6.
Way more popular than-
$1,498.
Way more popular than Billy.
Twice as popular as Green Day. Olivia Rodrigo.
Wow. Billie Eilish isn't actually big. I just realized.
Right? That new record's good though. She
Charging
finally made a good one.
1400. You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
I was kind of bored by it.
Just
Really?
how fast you could become
Yeah.
irrelevant.
She finally made a good one.
I thought so. I mean, I liked some of her singles before, but I was never big into her albums. I thought this one was
Same.
good.
Yeah.
No, you were
I
bored.
don't know, dude. I think that they like overdo it with the production. I know that's like their thing.
Yeah, I get that. All right, do we want to do another individual, or do we want to do a festival?
Festival's interesting.
Festival?
Change of pace, yeah.
Or do we need to see where Taylor ranks against Olivia?
I want to see that, actually.
We going Taylor? All right.
Yeah, let's go Taylor.
Taylor Swift is coming to Lucas Oil Stadium November 1st. How much are Taylor
ours,
Swift
right?
tickets? Yeah, Lucas Oil's Indianapolis. Let's see, the closest we can get is front row. Row A. Taylor Swift.
I'm gonna say
9,000.
2 million.
9,000? Did you say 2 mil?
You're
2 mil.
so fucking... What?
Whether it's good or not, you get 2 mil.
That's his quote. Taylor probably gets 2 mil.
I heard she makes like $1 million a show, right? Isn't that real?
Yeah, I think
I'd be
her-
torn all the time.
She uses $2 million in gasoline every day. for jet.
Right. I mean, what, you guys said 2 million and 9,000? It's
Yeah.
gotta be lower than that.
No, it doesn't.
I'm gonna say 3 grand. 3 grand.
You could have
All right.
said 8.
Oh fuck, it is 8.
I don't. I knew
wow.
it was close to 10.
8 grand. Section
surprising,
A,
dude.
row 23.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
$1,000.
I win again.
I've never paid that much for a car.
Ripping off those young Indiana girls.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Indiana. Who knows how much it is in fucking New York City or something.
That's
Jesus.
what I'm saying,
right.
dude.
Ooh, this one got announced the other day. I was gonna do Riot Fest, but they still haven't announced the fucking lineup. Instead, we're gonna do the Loserville tour featuring Limp Bizkit and Corey Feldman.
Who's Corey Feldman?
Corey Feldman is Mouth from the Goonies, and he's also in Gremlins.
Can I get a more current reference?
No.
Okay.
The last
you. Thank you
current
for your
thing
time.
he did was, I don't know, he's in the Lost Boys, Friday the 13th. Somewhere around the late 2010s, he decided to start dressing like Michael Jackson and pretend he's a musician. This is real. He's touring with Limp Bizkit. They're stopping at Noblesville. How much does it cost to get in the pit and try to love someone? Wait, that's not Limp Bizkit. That's Kid Rock. Hang on.
Kid Rock.
These guys are Bud Light friendly. All right. Standard ticket. I saw this one, so I can't play. Corey Feldman and Limp Bizkit in Indianapolis in the pit. Plenty of good seats available.
85.
Show me 400.
$179.50.
Dang it.
Woo.
I'm so bad at this.
It's 3 points for Ben.
It's 4
I think
points
it's more
for
than
Ben.
that. Yeah.
All right, Ben. Where do you want to go on the board next? We'll treat this like Jeopardy.
All right.
Left we have Furnace Fest, Lollapalooza, Charlie XCX, Blink 182, The Rolling Stones, Jeff Rosenstock, Prince Daddy and the Hyena.
We're doing all those? That's a lot.
Lollapalooza.
I should have made like a Jeopardy board.
Lala.
Lollapalooza. All right.
Lala.
4-day general admission ticket to Lollapalooza.
1,200.
This is in Chicago. Let's go over the headliners here. We got Tyler the Creator, SZA, The Killers, Metro Boomin, Blink, and Skrillex.
Oh, those are the headliners?
Yep.
All right, I'm changing my answer to $9.99. That's not very good.
$9.99? When you went down after you heard Blink and Skrillex and the Killers?
Yes, dude. Like, way to stay relevant, guys.
I'll say 1,800.
1,800.
4 days.
4-day general admission, no fees. $775.
Woo!
Quite a deal. That's why people go to these festivals.
You hear that lineup? It's ass, dude. I saw that same lineup like 10 years ago at Hangout Fest.
I don't think we're gonna do Ticket Dungeon Master again. This is a bad idea.
We need to scrap on.
Yeah, this is
This
junk.
is all
Cut it. This is all done. All right, we do have a new segment of The Unwrapping from Midwest Canadian Federal Credit Union. We get more money if we sing the jingle, so if you guys could... Federal Credit Union. This week, we've got vinyl. I'm not a huge vinyl guy. I've got like 40 or so, but I bought one at Jack White's vinyl pressing plant because I stopped there on my way back from vacation, and they have the world's only live recording to vinyl processing studio. So there's a ton of people that just stop by his stage in Nashville, play a live show, and record it straight to a vinyl, and it's an exclusive that no one else has. So they had a bunch of cool shit, like random people like Dwight Yoakam and John C. Reilly and Conan O'Brien, and I grabbed Ted Leo and the Pharmacists, did a live record there. So
nice.
I'm going to unwrap that. What are your guys' recommendations? Get the ASMR of the sticker.
You want us to recommend stuff while you're unwrapping?
Yeah, we'll do both.
No, I'll wait. It's fine.
I can't get it. See, this is the problem. I need like my keys or a pen. You always have like a CD with pen marks all over it because you tried to stab it open.
Hey, Ryan, what does ASMR stand for? Just curious.
I don't know. I just hear it a lot.
Yeah, I that's the point I was trying to make. Thank you. I was just
there. You hear
that out there? Automatic
sound mouth reverberations.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I don't know.
Autonomous sensory meridian response. Of course.
No, mouth reverberations is correct. I don't think.
Holy shit.
No.
You know what I just realized?
What?
They stopped putting the little sticker on these things. You remember the little sticker that like would get stuck on the top and then you'd have to peel it off and stab it with your keys? It's just shrink wrap and that's it.
That's fucked up.
They used to put like 3 of them on DVDs. They don't care anything about those. I don't remember the last time I saw those.
Call the police.
Right? You wouldn't download your neighbor's car. You guys got recommendations?
Yeah, you would.
If I could, I would. Believe me.
Yeah, the Elden Ring trailer.
The Elden Ring. When does this come out? I got to put this on the schedule because I'm going to forget, and you're going to be so mad.
June 21st. We're doing a whole
June 21st.
special episode. We'll
and
have
it's
interviews
Elder
with
Ring
me.
or Elder Scroll?
Oh, my God.
Which one is it?
Elder Scrolls is a different thing.
Okay.
It's an older series.
That's
I think
Skyrim.
They're still making... Yes.
Okay,
They're
okay.
still making like Elder Scrolls stuff.
Okay.
No, this is Elden Ring.
Okay.
It is. I told you about this, and
You did.
I can't believe you don't remember because when it came out, I was like, I don't know. I said it was like the most important game that would be made in our lifetime or something.
Okay, that rings a bell.
Yeah, it sounds pretty hyperbolic, but I stand by it 2 or 3 years later, 500 hours of Elden Ring later, and I'm going to put in even more, probably another 100 fucking hours when this DLC drops because it's supposed to be huge and it looks so cool. Just watch the trailer and tell me that you can resist. You can't.
I'll watch the trailer. That'll be the trailer I seek out.
It's my favorite shit, dude. Like the amount of time I've spent just like watching YouTube videos that's like dissecting Elden Ring lore, it's a lot. If I made an end of the year list, that would be most of it, is me watching Elden Ring videos.
I just realized Despicable Me 4 is going to make like $1 billion. Max is going to win the box office draft, and we're all going to have to watch Elden Ring videos with him in September.
That's right, yeah.
Do it. You guys had to watch Patriot. It's fun.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe we have to play it.
Yeah.
Will you guys play like one of the hardest video games?
We can play
ever?
Skyrim. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Skyrim.
It's not Skyrim. I'm sorry.
It's not Skyrim.
For more, visit internetkilledthevideostore.com.